Hi Taurus, and welcome to your March 2022 predictions reading. If you are a Taurus Sun Moon Rising, then this reading is for you. You may have strong Taurus placements in your chart as well. I don't mind if you're here cross-watching and checking up on a Taurus that you love or that you want to just sneak on, that's fine. I just need you to know that I'm a very honest reader, so you may hear or see something that you don't like, so cross-watchers watch at your own discretion. Now in today's reading, we're going to be pulling an oracle card first to have a look at the main theme you'll be experiencing in 2022. My candle just went out. Oh, it wasn't going to last long anyway. I'll have to replace that. So we'll follow that oracle card with tarot to help us get more specific advice and information, and then we'll close your reading with an advice card as well, just to see what the most helpful message of advice is that you'll need for the month of March. In the middle of the month, I will be posting love predictions readings for your sign, so be sure to subscribe and come back in the middle of March. So Taurus, please Spirit, what is the main theme they can expect to experience in the month of March for the Taurus Bebbers? What is the main theme for Taurus, please Spirit? Oh my days, you know what, these cards are going crazy. Let me do it up here in case they all come out, because I don't trust. Okay, are we going to stick with onion? Onion it is. So your card, sweet peas, is onion, also known as the protection card in this deck. It's associated with the earth element. We also have a bit of Aries down there and the number 9. Now this energy for you as a theme for the month of March, I feel like this is a month to really get grounded, to really kind of make sure that whatever roots you have, you're actually sticking to them, if that makes sense. I almost feel like you need to stand by your values. Now is maybe a really good chance in the month of March to go to do something that is within your nature. I almost feel like things have already been planted and you may be even reaping what you have sown in the month of March. Onion makes me think of protection, especially with the layers. So I want to say that there's an energy here for those with more masculine energies of you protecting something that you care about or protecting something that you've been working on. If you're a feminine energy, I feel like this is more about self-preservation, protecting yourself and ensuring that you are nurturing your own nature and staying true to who you are, and that you're not compromising what you need in the month of March. Onion for me is like the staple in any good stew or casserole or soup. So I feel like for y'all, when it comes to self-care, it is about going back to basics, doing what you know is going to help you, what you know is going to recharge your batteries, and what you know is within your best interest. If that means keeping your social circle small, then so be it. If that means allocating extra time at the end of your day to yourself and your own interests, so be it. I think it's just very much about self-care in its very basic form for you. Not making anything too elaborate, just giving yourself time for yourself at the end of the day. The number 9 makes me think that there's something coming into fruition in the sense of it's coming full circle. It might be a good time to recognize efforts that you've made towards projects over the last months is what I feel. It may have even been a project that started towards the end of 2021, and I think that you're going to be able to enjoy that in the month of March. But I also feel like with the number 9 here, there is an emphasis on self, and this is like self-recognition and self-support is what I'm feeling. So let's get some tarot out now, because I want to have a look at how this translates in your reading. You've only got one oracle card, but I think that's fine. It's a very strong, clear message for you. I'll be pulling more oracle, or at least one oracle card at the end to get advice for you anyway. Spirit, what is Taurus's, what is happening for Taurus in March? What is happening for Taurus in March, please, Spirit? What is happening for Taurus in March? There's a card in here that keeps, that's it, it keeps coming out, the Knight reversed, and I kept shuffling it back in. So we have the Knight coming out for you first. What is happening for Taurus spirit in March? Okay. They want both of these. So we've got the Prince and the Princess coming out for you. Prince is upright, Prince of Torches. And we also have the Princess of Torches reversed. Okay, that's a little bit of a warning, but it's more of like an understanding, because something's going to happen at the end of your month that's going to test your skill level. Can we clarify the Knight card, please, Spirit? What is happening in March for Taurus? If I need to clarify, I will, but I do want to pull some clarifiers now. We have the Fool card clarifying the Knight. What about the Prince of Torches? Can we clarify that card, please? Hi, they didn't flip over. Can we clarify the Knight, the Prince of Torches, please, Spirit, for Taurus? We have the Ten of Pentacles coming out for you. I like that. There's that reward energy. You get to do something you've always wanted. We have the Princess of Torches here. Oh my days. Can we clarify the Princess of Torches? With the Devil reversed. Okay. So you have a lot of earth energy here for sure. I'm seeing you definitely getting the chance to do something that you've always wanted to do in March. It's something that you may have been planning for, absolutely. I would want to say that your month starts off with you getting out of this uncomfortable situation that you've been waiting to end. I want to also just note that your bottom deck energy is the Temperance card. So I see overall that your theme is balance. Your theme is making sure that you have enough time and energy for all the little things that you want to do and need to do. I see you doing something different this month, approaching some spontaneous energies as well, and getting rewarded because of that fluid energy that you have. You're just kind of trying to allocate a little bit of flexibility in your routine and in your usual daily tasks to account for the small changes that the universe is going to throw at you. And this makes the universe want to continue to work with you, Taurus. I see you having a very successful month of March overall. The month starts over here with you trying to get away from a situation that has been either creating heaviness in your life, or it's just been a bit mundane and it's kind of been feeling like a when is this going to end moment. With it being the Knight, it's more of a mentality, and it was impacting your moods and your feelings as well. I see this changing because of you taking a leap of faith towards something and you wanting to take a risk. You're a bit optimistic about this. You don't really know where it's going, but your attitude is very hopeful, and I think that your hopeful energy is where you're is what is making this feel more of like an assured risk. You don't feel too, like, compared to what you're leaving behind, you feel very happy and very grateful that you have the chance to take this leap, to take this risk. I want to say that this has to do with you lifting your mood and changing how you see your circumstances, but it feels like it could be linked to your material world, specifically to do with your money, how you make money, or it could be how you spend time and trying to balance out that time with things that make you money as well as things that you want to do. So the start of March, I see you really trying to raise your mood and trying to find these things that you can do that will help you feel like you have something to look forward to in the future, feel like you have something hopeful to look forward to. I want to say that you got to be careful with the people that you keep around you at the start of March, because they will impact your moods quite deeply. So you don't want people around you who are going to bring you down or say something negative. I want to say that your self-esteem in the first week and a half of March is going to be quite fragile. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with beautiful people, not obviously people who lie to your face, but and will pretend to be happy for you, but definitely be gentle with yourself and be mindful when you're confronted with a very honest or abrasive personality that your self-esteem in the first week and a half is a bit fragile. I want to say in the middle of the month here with the Prince of Torches and the Ten of Pentacles, something significant is happening that will impact your future and how you are setting yourself up for the future here with your income, with your investments, with your career. I want to say that there's a spontaneous action being taken in the middle of the month that you feel is a positive direction towards a huge nest egg that you're hoping to save or cultivate in the future. I feel like this has to do with travel for some of you, or simply moving in a different direction. You feel confident, you feel like this is a passionate new direction, and I want to say there's inspiration behind this. Like it could be a creative venture, and it's something that has you feeling really good about yourself. I want to say with the Prince of Torches that I'm getting this subtle energy in your reading of you ignoring some people's advice here. And while I feel that you know yourself better than others, you're protecting yourself from others. They're not aware of what you're battling, especially at the start of the month. So they are trying to give you advice with the idea of what this is. But I feel that you're sort of cloaking yourself and protecting yourself from helpful advice as well as harmful advice. So in the middle of the month, I would encourage you to try to stay receptive. You can just sort of nod and continue moving if that's what you need to do in order to keep yourself together. But I do recommend that you at least write it down, this advice, and come back to it at the end of the month, because I think by the end of the month, you're going to need all the advice that you can get. Your energy is so intensely determined to get this Ten of Pentacles and to secure this financial success, whatever it is, whether this is to do with your home or your career, that you do accidentally step a bit too fast and you step in a haphazard nature that does cause some issues by the end of the month. I want to say that your spending needs to be checked because you're feeling confident. You're like, you know what, I've got this big nest egg, I'm fine. With the Princess of Torches reversed and the Devil reversed at the end of the month, we're kind of exceeding our skill level here. We're exceeding our capacity, and we may be spending more than what we have, or we may be in over our heads when it comes to a situation that requires our skills. Our skill levels are not quite there yet. We're faking it till we make it, and I think that you will still be able to deliver something if this is like a job, situation, but you're definitely not proud of what you're doing. You're not proud of your work, and you feel like you've compromised your level of quality when it comes to what you're usually able to do. So the main theme as you close this month over here is a feeling of you biting off more than you can chew with some sort of project or some sort of adventure. It's kind of like somebody's given you this task and you've said yes, feeling ambitious and assured, only to realize that you needed a little bit more knowledge or a little bit more support or a little bit more information. And it feels like instead you're having to kind of do a bunch of things in a haphazard nature, almost like you're trying to grab this and that and smush it together and give it to them and pretend that that's what they asked for. So I feel like with the Devil reversed, we have accidentally kind of mismanaged our resources here to the point where we've compromised the quality of what we're giving here. And this also relates to your relationships. I feel with the Princess of Torches reversed, as you end this month of March, Taurus, there is someone here that feels like you're not being honest with them about what you're going through or about what you're up to. And I think your communication, because you feel overwhelmed, isn't as clear as those around you are used to. I feel like this is where your defenses are going up, and this is where you're trying to protect yourself, and you're just trying to focus on whatever crisis is in front of you that needs to be managed. But I want to say that some of your relationships are suffering here. It feels more like a friend or a sibling rather than a partner. But I want to say that if you have a business partner, they're noticing that you're kind of slipping and that you're overwhelmed. And I feel like that's where this advice that came to you in the middle of of the month from someone who has experience in doing this will be helpful. Even if you have to reconnect with them and ask them like, hey, remember how you were telling me that you did this a couple of years ago? Can you tell me what you did when this happened? Or can I just talk to you about my situation? I think that what's going on over here with the Princess of Torches reversed is you're trying to rush something without having everything needed to get it done. It makes me think of someone who's trying to build a house without tools, you know, so they're there with their hands trying to hammer in these nails. And it's just very, I mean, you can do it, but it doesn't mean that house is going to last a lifetime. So I feel like it's all about quality over quantity this month. And yes, you need to protect yourself, but you don't want to be so stubborn that you're refusing genuine help and support from those who have been where you're at and who can help you get through what you need to do. Money is something you got to watch out for. You feel confident about where your money's going, and that's great. There may be a big sum of money coming to you or confirmation that you're on the right track in the middle of the month, and that's great. But that doesn't mean at the end of the month that you waste everything that you've worked hard for. I want to say that there's a big caution there with the devil reversed as you end the month feeling like your connection to reality is distorted by selfish, not necessarily selfish, I want to just say it's distorted. Your perception of what you're working with when it comes to your resources is distorted. So be aware of that and don't be too proud to ask for help. Let us get some advice for you, Taurus, please. Is there any advice for Taurus? There's a message here about your health as well. Spirit, what's going on with their health? 3 of Torches. Don't put off that appointment. Book it in March, even if you don't do it until April or May. There's a feeling here that if you're traveling, you got to check as well what you need when it comes to your health. There's a feeling of just booking an appointment here when it comes to your health, getting up to date and making sure, even if you can't do it in March, that you have that appointment ready when you're ready. What is the closing advice for Taurus for the month of March, please, Spirit? Yeah, it could be, that's a weird message. I'm so sorry, Taurus. We're getting so many interruptions. I got a message about your mother for some of you. I think it's her health. The 8 of Pentacles upright, Ace of Pentacles upright. You may have an opportunity here to spend time with a loved one who you haven't been able to see. It feels like a woman, you're worried about her health. This is probably just one person, but I think that this person is trying to find time to see you or to connect with you in March, and they're hoping that they can fit in with your schedule. There's some developments with their health that they want to share. I also think that this person wants to spend some money on you and just show you that they love you. Their love language is by buying you things or like little, it doesn't even need to be expensive, just some thoughtful, sentimental gifts. They're going to lie to you about what's actually going on in their life. There's a lot more stress in the background, not to do with their health, to do more with the people in their recent past. But I think that this person just wants to see you and give you something. It feels like a mothering energy, and they want to check up on you. They feel like they can sense that you're not in the best headspace here. So sorry about those little side messages. They may resonate for somebody, very specific messages. Now, your advice as you close this month is the impossible made possible reversed. Number 9 again. I would suggest you just search number 9 meaning. It's a simple number, but I think that there are so many different meanings, and whichever link you feel called to, click on it and see if there's a specific meaning for you. 9 for me is like the number of the hermit, the number of introspection of self, of this idea of you working on yourself and being proud of yourself and understanding yourself and processing things that you've been through in your past to stay open to the future. But with this card reversed, Spirit is saying don't bite off more than you can chew. Yes, all things are made possible with clarity of mind, but in the month of March, for some reason, your thoughts go a bit askew. You're not really thinking clearly, so give yourself allowances in the sense of you really need to be patient. You need to connect more with yourself and not bite off too much more than you can chew. I think that the other reason that this card came out in the reverse is that you need to kind of set yourself up in a more structured way. Try not to do everything this month. Maybe if you can, put some allowances in for the start of April instead, or let people know that, you know, I'd love to do that, but I'm a bit busy this week. Whether this is a work situation, a family situation, a friend situation, I see that you need to kind of unload your list of priorities in March and really structure yourself so that you're not spread too thin, so that you don't get too overwhelmed, and so that you can stay flexible to any last minute changes. Try not to organize your life to the second. Literally, don't take on too much, because there will be some little changes in the middle of the month that will change the way that you end your month. And I think as you end your month, you're going to need some support, specifically advice, and you're going to need to feel like you have time to work out this deficit of skill and resources that you're working with. So Taurus, that's what I see for you for the month of March. I hope that was helpful. I hope it helped you understand what you may have coming. Remember that this does not dictate your fate. Your destiny is in your hands. You may have messages in the other aspects of your chart as well, your sun, moon, rising, for example. You may wish to come back throughout the month of March, as these messages may resonate more as the month progresses. Sending you so much love. Have a prosperous month of March, and I shall see you in the middle of the month for your love predictions reading. Stay safe, Taurus. Bye.